With Morocco unbeaten, Egypt hasn't even lost a game, Tunisia on their way back home. This is the most chaotic World Cup for African nations, and it is not yet over. Over the years at the World Cup, Africans has always been teams that come to complete the numbers at the World Cup. But in recent years, most especially in 2022, with the emergence of Morocco, Africans are now beginning to dominate at the World Cup. And even this year's edition hasn't even been an exception, because a lot of African teams has come up to show why they have improved over the years in football. And here is my breakdown and analysis of how African teams has fared so far at the World Cup up until this moment. Please stay until the end of this video, because you will learn a lot. And equally, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification icon. So, who are the teams that are actually performing well? Firstly, I will talk about the teams that have already progressed or on the verge of progressing into the round of 32. And number one, you have to call Morocco. Morocco has grown a lot in football. Morocco has developed a lot. Morocco has a way of playing that they can beat anyone in the world stage. Look at their game against Brazil. The way they played against Brazil, went toe to toe with Brazil. Brazil, we are even lucky to come out with a point. Look at the way they defeated the Scottish guys, 1-0. Very marvelous performances from them so far at the World Cup. They have 4 points and equally have just one game to play, which is Haiti, and they are most definitely going to win Haiti. They might end up winning this group that has Brazil, 5-time champions of the world, in it, and it's really crazy. Then team number 2 is Egypt. Egypt are topping Group G with 4 points after getting a draw against Belgium and defeating New Zealand, having a wonderful comeback against New Zealand 3-1 to stay afloat of this group. They are leading the group already, and they are 1 foot into the round of 32. They just have to contend against Iran's. Maybe even 1 point from them, they are over the line. Then you talk about Ghana. Ghana is a team that usually I shouldn't put Ghana here, but with their performance against Panama, getting a win against Panama has put them in a spot that they can actually progress from this group, because with 3 points, finishing third, you can progress as one of the possible best losers, and they have put themselves in that position already. Then you talk about Algeria. Algeria has had a late turn of events with their victory last night over Jordan. A comeback victory, 2-1 victory over Jordan. I never expected it. After losing heavily 3-0 to Argentina, I never expected them to come back into this World Cup, but they have. With these 3 points that they have already, they are in a very good position to progress. They have 3 points. Austria has 3 points. They just need to avoid a defeat from Austria. Even with a defeat from Austria, but not with a lot of goals, they might actually still progress as one of the best losers. So it's really, really wonderful what Algeria are doing at the World Cup now. They're looking at the teams that are alive, but they still have to work hard in order to progress. Then here you talk about Côte d'Ivoire. Côte d'Ivoire are unlucky to lose against Germany. I shouldn't be putting Côte d'Ivoire here, because Côte d'Ivoire are in a group that they can actually progress so easily. They have Curacao to play in their last game. And with their performances, with the way they performed against Germany, they were so unlucky to lose that game. They were supposed to at least come off with a point in that game. And equally, getting a win over Ecuador is so massive. So massive. And with that 3 points they have already, they just need only 1 point to progress. So I'm seeing Côte d'Ivoire progressing from this group as possibly as second place finish. So another team that still has hope of actually progressing out of their group is DR Congo from Group K. In that same group, they have Portugal in there, Colombia in there, Uzbekistan. After their performance against Portugal, getting a draw against Portugal, I trust these guys to actually still go out and get a draw against Colombia. In as much as Colombia has a different kind of attack. They have Luis Diaz in the attack. They have John Arias in the attack. They still have James Rodriguez, these players can actually be more dynamic than Portugal. And they might go into Colombia game underrating Colombia, which might hurt them. But if they can keep up with that same performance they gave out against Portugal, they might actually be getting a draw in that game. And they have Uzbekistan, who are the easiest people to get 3 points from in that group. So if they can beat Uzbekistan, then they progress. It's so simple. Then you have South Africa. South Africa are 1 foot home. Yeah, because I don't see a redemption for South Africa. South Africa has 1 point after their draw against Czech Republic. Their only hope of progressing is defeating South Korea. And even South Korea needs to progress. They only have 3 points. So they'll be coming into that game at full force. And I see South Korea overpowering South Africa in that game. So it's so sad for South Africa, but they might be leaving the World Cup with only 1 point. That's the way it is. Then you have Cape Verde. Cape Verde is another strong team, another strong side from Africa. These guys are debutants at the World Cup, but they are not showing that they are debutants. Look at their performance against Spain. Look at their performance against Uruguay. Uruguay almost defeated them, was on the verge of winning them, but they came back from behind and got a draw in the game, leaving them with 2 points in that group. So they only have their last game against Saudi Arabia to try and salvage their chances of remaining at the World Cup. And it's very, very possible. It's very, very possible they can go all out and defeat Saudi Arabia. It's so possible. Looking at the way they play, the energy that they have, it's so possible. So I'm counting on DR Congo as World Cup virgins that can still go ahead and progress from their group. Then the team that have already eliminated, that is confirmed, is Tunisia. Tunisia is already confirmed. They are already home. They are already on their way home. There is no redemption for them. Then sadly, here you have African champions, Senegal. Senegal has lost their first 2 games, and I wouldn't blame Senegal. Honestly, they have put up a very wonderful performance, especially against Norway. But you can't, it was so difficult for them because Norway has Erling Haaland. That boy is a goal scoring robot. He knows, even with his eyes closed, he can score goals. That is so sad and so bad for them. But I still see a redemption for Senegal, honestly. If they can go all out and win Iraq, beat Iraq mercilessly, I see Senegal actually progressing from this group. Because, look, you have 8 best losers coming out from this group stage. So how can Senegal squeeze themselves into that conversation? They will definitely beat Iraq. But the question will be, with how many goal margin are they going to beat Iraq? Because right now, they have a lot of deficit. Not just a lot, just 3 goals anyway, 3 goals deficit. So if they can defeat Iraq by maybe 3 goals or 4 goals, then they are in a very good conversation to progressing into the round of 32. And honestly, I believe in Senegal. They can do it. So this is my analysis of what is happening at the World Cup with African nations. I don't know if you are okay with this, or if you think that there are some teams that can still do better, or there are some teams you expect more from. So let me know that in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please hit the notification icon so that whenever I drop these videos, it will get to you first immediately. And thank you for watching up until this moment. I love you guys, and see you on the next one.